So we've got some super exciting news for Fallout fans everywhere. You guys may remember the Fallout 3 remake mod for Fallout 4 dubbed Capital Wasteland. Well, guess what? It has seemingly returned. So this was posted out on the Fallout Reddit, and it leads, of course, to the Fallout Capital Wasteland mod here. And they posted a bunch of brand new screenshots. They give us an update as to what we can expect from this mod, because yes, it's being worked on right now and it's looking fantastic. So we're going to show off these brand new screenshots. We're also going to be going over their blog post, their latest update called the Capital Update for January 2019. It's going to describe what happened to the mod, why it went missing basically, and then also what they're doing with it now to ensure that it basically survives. So yeah, we've got a lot to talk about, but welcome back, my fellow Vault Dwellers and Wasteland Wanderers, to Open World Games. Can you believe it? We're talking about Fallout 3 today, so that's really cool, that's different. Now later in the video, if there's time, I hope to go over your top comments related to the latest happenings around Fallout 76 as well, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, this mod here is looking pretty sharp, so I'm super excited for this one. Can't freaking wait to see more from this mod. But yeah, let's get into this blog post here. Let's scroll down here and see what it has to say. So I'm going to read this to you guys right now, but I'm also not just going to present it with a wall of text. I'm going to showcase some of these screenshots while we read. So it says this. So where do I start with this one? We hope you had a great Christmas and New Year, and we are happy to welcome you back to the Capital Wasteland. Now, back in March of last year, we communicated with Bethesda regarding our planned method to implement the voice acting and other audio from Fallout 3 into the Capital Wasteland. Now, as you might already be aware, we were informed that our planned approach would raise some serious red flags, and so after a few discussions amongst our team, we decided it would be best to put the project on hold. Now, they go on to say this: for myself, after working for hundreds of hours on this project and then having to stop really made me depressed, excuse me. Now, they go on to say something I have an extreme passion for was suddenly not there anymore. So after taking a few months break, I slowly picked up the pieces and continued my work on the Capital Wasteland. Good for him. Let's check out some more screenshots here while we are reading this blog post. Let me know what you guys make of this, by the way. I think it's pretty freaking cool. Now, he goes on to say this: for myself, after working for hundreds of hours... Oh, never mind. I just read that. So, furthermore, he says, this didn't go unnoticed by members from our team, and currently we have a handful of people, myself included, continuing work on recreating the Capital Wasteland. However, we are taking things a bit differently this time around. With the help from our voice acting lead, Unitrutium, I believe it is. Oh god, I probably screwed that one up. We are working towards revoicing the lines from Fallout 3. That is, talk about devotion. Holy crap. And he says this. He goes on to say, this is a very big undertaking, as there are approximately 45,000 voice lines in Fallout 3. We are working for people to join our team. As of right now, we are only a handful of people working on this project. If you are interested in joining us, you can follow the links at the top of our webpage or link below to contact us. So, yeah, I'm going to include that link in the description of this video. If you are interested in joining their team, by all means, check it out. And don't be afraid to say, hey, Open World Games sent me. That would be pretty cool, because this project is really, really neat. Now, they go on to say, currently we have a big need, for voice actors, level designers, 3D artists, 2D artists, animators, environment artists, and visual effects artists as well. Now, they say, high priority, thanks for reading this message, and we hope you enjoy these screenshots of some things that have been done since we put the project on hold 9 to 10 months ago. Yeah, I'm really enjoying these screenshots, man. They are freaking awesome here, as we can see as we go through them. So, most impressive that they are recreating this. I mean, this is a huge, massive undertaking for sure. It would be cool to see Bethesda you know, recreate Fallout 4. You know, if like PlayStation 5 rolls around, Xbox, whatever that Xbox is going to be called. There's so many code names for it, but it would be really neat to see them do some stuff with it. But if you're on PC, you get texture packs and stuff like that, of course. But you would want the updated gameplay and stuff like that. But let me know if that's something you would like to see down the road. I think it would be unlikely that we would see Bethesda recreate Fallout 3. So it's neat that these modders have come together with such a passion, obvious passion here, and have really are basically doing the impossible. Now, there's no release date on this project right now, so I don't know if they're going to roll it out in phases, just to basically whet our appetite, which might be the smart thing to do instead of waiting around too long. But I think it's really, really cool that they are doing this in Fallout 4. Now, also, there are some additional details about the game as well, including the major locations that we can expect from this new mod experience in Fallout 4. We'll go over that in just a moment, so I did want to highlight that for you right now. So let's do it, shall we? So let's take a look at these major locations that will be appearing in the Capital Wasteland mod. So of course you have the Citadel right here, and they go on to say this: many locations throughout the wasteland have been lovingly recreated by our level designers. We've been pushing to finish the wasteland itself, and while production on interiors have slowed down significantly, that doesn't mean we've stopped entirely. Now, this is an older blog post, of course, but it showcases some of the cool locations that we have here. I think this was posted a year ago, so if you did miss this, we can at least take a look at some of the stuff that they've been working on for the Capital Wasteland, which of course I'm sure they kept a lot of this stuff intact and, you know, available for the full mod here. But yeah, it looks really, really sweet. So we have, of course, Great Ditch, then the flooded sewer entrance. Look at that. That's amazing. And then, of course, we have the Hollowed Moors Cemetery and a bunch of other cool locations. But they have provided us with a ton of screenshots, and I think this is where dog meat was found. Megaton, and then Big Town as well. The question is, can you launch a nuke in this game? The Bethesda Ruins, and some other cool stuff. Minefield. So the Junkyard is also going to be in there, and Sewer Way Station as well. So there's some further screenshots here. They do have interiors. So this is what they were talking about that slowed down during their development time, was the actual interiors. And I can imagine that being quite the undertaking, recreating some of these interiors for sure. I want to go back to that one. I got to go back to this. Vault 108 hallways. That's pretty damn cool for sure. The cloning lab. Metro Station. This is wanting me to revisit Fallout 3 big time. You have no idea. Metro tunnels. I may actually do that. Would you guys like to see some Fallout 3 videos where I actually kind of revisit Fallout 3? I think that would be fun to do. And this is one reason why, you know, Fallout 3 is such an amazing game. Now, also, it says quest details here. While everyone has equally been hard at work to keep this project going, it wouldn't be a proper recreation if we weren't able to do the quests, dialogues, encounters, and NPCs that bring the Capital Wasteland to life. So here are some screenshots to show some of the quests that we've been working on, brought you by all these people here. So there's different names: Grand, Bulwark, HCG, Grill, H. Wood, Iris. So a lot of people here definitely participate in this. So special thank you to them for working on this mod. It says following in his footsteps. And then you can see how they have the terminals and then dialogue options. They're reworking a lot of the voice work. 45,000 lines. Just absolute madness. So again, I think considering how big of an undertaking this project is, I personally think, let me know if you agree with me or not. You can disagree, of course, but maybe they should roll this out in phases. You know, phase 1 where you get, you know, the first third of the game or the first quarter of the game, and then they keep rolling it out. Because I think this is such a massive, huge undertaking, obviously. So I'm so super hyped for it. Let me know if you guys are too. But yeah, I do have some top comments to go over. We do actually have time for that today. About Fallout 76, I posted a recent video about some updates regarding vending coming to player vending coming to Fallout 76. So that's going to be really cool. Can't wait for that and some other stuff. So here are the top comments from that video. You can find that video on the channel, of course. So they go on. So this is what Steve Harrison had to say. It'd be pretty nice if there was a space on the wall outside the vault where you could actually put a photo you took. I get that this would be possibly quite challenging technically, but the basics are there surely. I mean, it would be taken down when you leave the server, but I'd really like to see other folks' in-game pics. That would be a cool social thing. So this is actually something that I think could be possible because many games, well, some games have actually taken this on. So for example, I don't know if you guys remember the game Mod Nation Racers, but they actually had an area where you could walk up to this hub world and roam around, and you'd actually see the, you know, top creation or something like that in the game world. It would be cool to see you know, what you're saying with photos in the same way. So maybe, just maybe, that could be possible. In fact, you know, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, they have something where you go to the actual map world and actually can highlight over photos by other players. So yeah, I don't think it's impossible. It's very much possible. So I think that's a great idea. Fred says this: Bethesda bans dupers. Half the population is gone. So yeah, in the most recent video I talked about, you know, there was a very popular Reddit post about banning dupers that are basically duplicated weapons and stuff like that. And and I see a lot of people have done this. It seems like there's an agreement that half the population have actually done this. So Bethesda banning dupers could actually be a big problem in itself. So they've got to get rid of the duping, you know, altogether. They've got to pass the game to the point where it becomes very, very difficult to, you know, dupe. Or I don't know how they're going to identify. I see that being a big problem for player vending. Player vending would become pointless if you got all these weapons that are being duped and sold and traded and stuff like that. So you could see how player vending could take a big hit when they reveal that. So I think Bethesda will have to address this publicly on how they're going to handle duping. All right, so this one comes from Victorium Studios. It says, Overworld Games, Fallout 76 wouldn't be as big of a fail, in my opinion, if Fallout 76 released November 14th, 2019. I think the game should have been delayed. I think it should have been delayed by like 6 months. It should have came out in spring of 2019. Or they could have even delayed it further. They should have never released it in its state. I don't know if they should have done early access or not, since this was considered a spin-off game of the Fallout franchise. Perhaps that would have been a wise choice, you know, to identify this game as early access. Personally, I really can't stand some of the early access games. I don't want to even deal with them. Such a pain in the butt, man. So I prefer my games to be completely, you know, polished and completed when they are released. So hopefully Bethesda has learned from their mistakes here, and going forward, they fix this game first. And then Starfield and stuff like that releases nice and polished. We need Starfield to release with a good launch, or it just won't work. You know, Bethesda will be in real trouble then, in my opinion. Alright guys, there it is. The latest happenings around the Fallout universe. I can't believe we talked about Fallout 3 today. That's pretty exciting. Well, Fallout 3 and Fallout 4 melded together. So thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned here to Overworld Games for more news and updates about Fallout 76. And of course this Fallout 3, you know, Capital Wasteland mod coming to Fallout 4. And then other open world gaming goodness. We're going to be getting more news about Cyberpunk 2077, like I've mentioned to you guys before, and then a bunch of other cool games coming up. So stay tuned. Thanks, guys. And I will see you back in the Wasteland. Take it easy.